Y'all, I think Pose broke me a little bit. Yeah, hi, hello, welcome to the chaos. I don't know. I started Pose a few days ago. I've since finished season 1, and I cried more than I care to admit in this watching experience. Like, at least probably 3 times an episode, I had tears in my eyes, if not more than that. Like, the show did kind of break me. However, in celebration, I'm gonna rank the characters. I've done this for a couple other shows over the years. I'm bringing it back. I'm gonna rank the characters in Pose. Now, to be clear, I have seen season 1. I have only seen season 1. My current plan is that I'll come back after I finish season 2 and season 3. But as of right now, as of filming, I have seen season 1. So everything I say is just about season 1. Please don't spoil the show for me. I'll actually be, like, kind of mad about it because someone almost spoiled Pose. I was talking to someone at work and they were like, oh, have you gotten to this scene yet? And I was like, shut the fuck up right now. Shut the fuck up right now. Do not spoil the show. So don't spoil the show for me. But to be clear, I've only seen season 1. Right? Like, that's where all my opinions are coming from, which brings me to my second thing. These are just my opinions. I can put your favorite characters in the bottom tier. This is a tier list. I made a tier list. But I can put your favorite characters in the bottom tier. That's fine. These are my opinions. Alrighty then. Here is my tier list. I have my laptop in my lap, if anyone was wondering. We're going to quickly run through the tiers. I've picked what I considered the 9, I think there's 9 of them, 9 most important characters, and also the ones that I actually have opinions on. So I only did 4 tiers today, because 5 tiers for 9 people felt like a bit much. There are 4 tiers. The bottom tiers, I don't care. These are the characters where I don't like you, I don't care about your plot lines. I think the show would be better if you were not in it whatsoever. Next tier up is just the why are you here tier. These are for the characters where I'm confused why they're here. I get it sometimes. But, like, other times I'm like, what are you doing here? Like, both in the show and in the canon, why are you here? Next tier is just, that's my diva. These are the characters that I like. Those are my girls. Those are my divas. And then Mother is obviously the top tier. I think if you've seen Pose, you'll understand. Mother is top, okay? Like, Mother is my peak characters. I love them dearly. And starting us off is the one, the only Lil Poppy. Why are you here? Like, I feel like they just wanted sort of like a rebellious child, a less ideal child as a parallel to Damon. And I get that. Why are you here for him is mostly like canonically. Because at one point in season 1, they say that he's straight. And then I just got really confused. And he is bi, apparently, in the canon. But like, they all thought he was straight. So I feel like I would have been like, what are you doing here, sir? Like, you have your own world going on. Also, I'm not saying I disliked his drug dealing arc, but I do feel like he could have been a little more subtle about it. Oh, next we have Elektra. For moral purposes, that's my diva, simply because she's a bad mother, right? Like, the whole narrative is that she's a bad mother. I can't make her mother. So, like, she's not mother, but she is my diva. I loved her so bad. I had a theory going for the first, like, half of the season that there was no sugar daddy. And that she was, like, secretly, like, busting her ass. And obviously I was wrong. I do think my theory would have been, like, really interesting. However, I cannot deny my all-time favorite scene of this show was an Elektra scene. It was when she went to the strip show place and they were playing Tina Turner's Private Dancer. That's my favorite Tina Turner song, for the unaware. So, that scene got me. That was my favorite scene. In general, though, I actually did really like her. I think she had a really good arc in the season itself, like both the ups and the downs. She was just really interesting. She was really compelling. I really liked her. She's also like debilitatingly gorgeous, but that honestly implies for pretty much every woman in this show. Anyway, next is Damon. That's less my diva and more my son, but he is gonna go in the diva category. I really liked him. He's so smushy. I'm aware, I had to Google, when, like, they started the show and they were like, he's 17. And I'm like, that's not a 17-year-old, but he could be 20. He's 24. My God. Like, he has such a baby face. He's so cute. He's just a little boy. That's my child. I do know he leaves at some point. I don't know why. Because the one thing my coworker revealed to me is that Damon left the show. And I'm gonna miss him. Like, I already know I'm gonna miss him because that's my child. I also did really like him and Blanca's dynamic a lot. Like, it was actually very heartwarming in a way. I actually cried a lot over the two of them. That's my child. Next we have Angel. Listen, I need to start with the obvious statement. That's the most beautiful woman I've ever seen in my life. Like, to the point that she walked on screen at one point and I had to, like, sit in silence and shock and be like, how's that even a real person? Because she's so pretty. I will say, she is part of my least favorite major plot point in this season, but we're going to talk about that more in a minute. The parts with her and not Evan Peters were very good. Were very compelling, were very interesting, were very sweet. I liked everything she did that wasn't with that man. Actually, you know, we're going to get him out of the way now. They're both going down there. I am a Kate Mara stan, actually. I loved her in House of Cards. But, like, I don't understand. Maybe not understand. I don't care about anything going on in their plot lines. And there's the part of me that's very, very curious why they have a show like Pose. Ryan Murphy has a show like Pose that is entirely centered around queer people of color, right? And the first name, every credits, is Evan Peters. They devote so much time to him and his wife. If they just had him with Angel, I could have been a lot more interested. I get that they wanted, like, a different version of the Elektra and whatever her man's name was. I get that. But, like, they devoted so much time to their characters, and I did not care. I did not come to Pose to watch suburban white people have a family drama. I can go watch Mad Men for that, right? Like, I came to Pose for the ballroom scene, and I did not care about the going on in his family life. I didn't care about either of these characters. I don't care. We're doing Ricky next. He is going to go in the Why Are You Here tier. I understand why he's here. It's just that feels like the right tier for him. I wasn't the biggest Ricky fan. The main thing I think his character has going for him is that the actor's hot. But, like, aside from that, like, his character didn't really do much for me. He kind of just felt like very cardboard cutout-y. He's kind of just a guy. He kind of doesn't seem to have, like, an inner world. We got, like, a brief glimpse of it when he ratted out Poppy and he was like, he's selling drugs. And then he was like, I can't go back to sleeping on the streets. Like, that was interesting. That one little glimpse into his inner world was interesting. But we got, like, that's all we got. I did not care about him. Ugh, my divas. Okay, Billy Porter is obviously Mother. Here's the thing. I am also a Billy Porter supremacist. I don't actually think I've seen him in anything in media, but just, like, I've seen him outside, like, in the real world, and I love that man. That man's just, his Met Gala looks, he is the only man I want at the Met Gala, and I'm only kind of joking when I say that, but, like, he in the show was excellent. Billy Porter is one of the two characters that made me cry by far the most. He was phenomenal. His character is phenomenal. This is what I meant when I said I wanted an inner world for Ricky, right? Like, we know about Billy Porter outside of just, like, his facade that he has at the balls, right? Like, we understand his depths, his layers. The scenes with him and Blanca were phenomenal. The scenes where he goes and takes the kids to get tested, amazing. That scene where he's singing in the hospital had me on the floor despondent. Billy Porter, you deserve that Anyway, rounding out our lineup is, of course, Mother of the Year, and that is, of course, Mother. Blanca is, I mean, like, I feel like every time I make these, I do always end up putting the main character in the top tier, and that does always kind of make sense because, like, they're obviously the main character. They're the character that gets the most screen time, the most development, the most everything. Blanca was everything to me. There were various points in this show. To be clear, I have a great relationship with my mother, and there were various points in the show where I was like, I kind of need her to adopt me and be my mother because she loves those little, I'm gonna say, those little children so bad. They drive her crazy. She's just, I loved her. I loved her, the flashback with her and Elektra when she was did her first walk. I loved that. I loved the scene where she goes, I mean, loved is the wrong word. I appreciated the scene where she goes home and we see her with her family. That I was in tears again. When in doubt, I cried in this show. What else do I want to say about Blanca? She's everything to me. I love her so bad. Anyway, that's all I got for today. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this, you can like and subscribe. Or don't. I'll really be fine either way. In the description, I'm like 99% sure I made a playlist that has all my other like character ranking things. I'll put that down there. You can watch that if you so choose. I've done a unique mix of shows. Off the top of my head, I know I've done Lost. I've done The Diplomat. What else did I do? Why is my instinct telling me I did Avatar: The Last Airbender? I'm pretty sure I did not. I've done a variety of shows. You may watch it if you so choose. And yeah, thank you again for watching. Bye!